Hello my friends, I'm GHondo, and welcome to something a little bit different. One of my subs requested I make a tutorial video on how I edit videos, including how I make the shoutout videos. So I thought, what a lovely opportunity, since I was making my shoutout video for the week anyway, to go ahead and just film myself doing so. Slight downfall to that process was apparently my recording software was not quite set up to capture the window properly, and I recorded myself talking about a completely black screen. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk back through the process again, although obviously this time not actually create the video since I've already done it, but just to show what I did. So, right off the bat, you just create a new video here. Now I'm using a program called MAGIX Movie Studio, which is what used to be called Sony VEGAS. So obviously if you use a different program, obviously all the menus are all going to be different and what have you, but the theory is still the same, right? So I'm creating a movie. So here in Movie Studio, the very first thing you do is you tell it to add media, so you can bring in whatever bits you're going to need. So for example, I took a screenshot of all the people I'm shouting out. I found some music that I'm going to, oops, thank you, something I'm going to have in the background. I have my intro, which is way too loud, but anyway. I even have the failed original of this, which, if you watch, hello my friends, nicely, I'm GHondo. For a little while it will go to a nice black screen, so I'm not going to subject it to that. Don't worry about it. I have all the text boxes I created. Those are done by going to Insert and Text. I'll just show you real quick. You type in whatever you like. You set whatever font you like. I found a really neat looking one called Nasalation, which is a terrible name, but was a really nice looking font, and I've now lost where it went. There it goes. It has that really neat effect. You pick a font color, that sort of thing. So pretty simple there. So I just went through the process of creating, oops, go away, would you please, thank you, of creating each of the individual text boxes I need. I'm going to get rid of this sample I just made because I don't want it, it's in the way. So as per usual, my very first one was a simple hello my friends, like I do all the time. And then the next one was this one here, where I'm saying, you know, this week I have so many shoutouts, more than I said I was going to do, that sort of thing. And then we did the one for the first up, which was a guy named Josh ND, which I know is picture one because I put these in the order I'm doing the shoutouts for, so that I would drag the picture into here. And then I had some next up stuff. Who was second? It was Oli, right? Yeah, second up was Oli Ryder, so I put the little text box for that in, his picture, and I'll just quickly buzz through the next couple here. It'll only take a second. Third was El Padre, so I had the text box saying it was El Padre, and then the picture itself. Fourth up was Rorv, so I wrote a text box saying the next up is Rorv. Slap that in there, no big deal. And last but definitely not least was Pevwe. Alright, and then I did just a generic thanks for watching type, as per usual. And that was the basic theory. Okay, now this, oh sorry, I also dragged in my music track to start right after my intro, and then we went ahead and previewed, and I'll let this run for a bit. And now I fall for you. So I'm just going to stop it there. So basically, as you can see, it's doing everything I've asked it to do. It's putting up the text, and then it'll put up the pictures. What I decided though is that some of them were a bit too short. Like for example, this second one here, I thought it wasn't on the screen long enough for some people to read, so when you have it selected, you just click on it and you bring the mouse to right where the edge of it is, it'll go to a trim event end. Then you can just click and drag and make it bigger, and that will take up more time on the screen. Everything past it will just shift down nicely, so there's no overlap or overwrites or anything. And I did the same for all the pictures. I just made them just a little bit longer, because that is the whole point of the shoutout, is to give attention to these channels. So I just made all them a little bit bigger. Alright, same idea for these ones. And then for the last one, because that's going to be the end of the video, I dragged it a fair ways. I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere out here. And then so the video doesn't go the full 6 or so minutes of the Brandenburg Concerto number 4. Same idea, only this time I'm going to drag it to the left, which cuts it off. I'll bring that all the way back. Whee! So that it lines up with the end of that. And now we'll have a final product where this stays on the screen for quite a while, and then the music cuts off and the video ends. So that was how I did it. At that point, you then would just hit the Make Movie button, so you can turn your little masterpiece here into a video to go up on YouTube. This does support directly uploading to YouTube, but I like having a copy on my hard drive, so I can always muck around with it later if I feel like. And there are plenty of defaults for how to create your video. I always go in through the advanced, because I've found that the main concept AVC AAC into the 720p 30 video gives it the right speed, gives it the right clarity. Like it's the one I like the best. Officially it's for Apple iPods, but let's face reality, it's still just an MP4. Alright, you give it a name and a location, you hit render, and it takes anywhere from a long time to a really long time to a really, really long time, depending on how long your video is and how fast your computer is. So I'm obviously not going to redo that, because that was a long process, but that's how it would be done. So hopefully this little tutorial has been helpful. I'm sorry that I kind of rushed through it, because this is now the second time I'm doing this, which drives me just a little bit insane. But if you have any questions, or if you'd like a tutorial on something else, just shoot me a comment and I will oblige if I can. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful. See ya.